Learn more about how to stop existing and start living the life you were created to live. Coming up on my episode of That's My Biz on bizlinks.tv.
That's My Biz is sponsored by Visita Live Site and Constant Contact. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of That's My Biz. I'm Pamela Alexander, your host, and as always, we enjoy bringing to you the wonderful businesses, nonprofits, and associations that we meet when we're out there networking. We always aim to please, so make sure that you get your pen and paper out so you can take some great notes. Also, make sure that you go back and watch this episode again at www.bizlinks.tv. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/bizlinkstv, and you know we're consistent with our branding, so go to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/bizlinks. TV. Make sure that you subscribe so that you can get updates about upcoming shows and when they're released so that you can stay on top of it and meet these great businesses that we have out here. So today we have our wonderful guest, Miss Aleigha Butler. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Now, she's just on fire to inspire. I'm going to tell you that much. She is a motivator. She is an author of a few books. She's an internet radio host, and she's a purpose midwife. So I'm going to dive right in on that because I know you're wondering the same thing I'm wondering. What's a purpose midwife? Aleigha, please tell us and give us some insights into that.
Okay, so as a purpose midwife, I am a person that I don't birth babies, I birth purpose. And one of the things that I do is through my show, through the books and everything, I try to help people move from existing into living the life that they were created to live. And so it's time to rise up, stand up, and do what you were called to do.
Well, y'all got the charge, so now let's talk a little bit about how do people go about that? How do you help people really accomplish that?
Okay, so the book itself has different little tidbits that God will wake me up in the midnight hour, just give me words to empower and encourage.
Okay.
There are pieces in there like Pregnant with Purpose, Dare to Dream, Triumphant, Full Potential, because so many are not walking in their full potential. And then also on the show, each and every week I have someone there to help empower them. So what happens is you and I would be you would be my guest. You and I would be Mary, and the listeners would be Elizabeth, and their baby would begin leaping. So if they're not doing anything and they're not walking in purpose, that baby's leaping so much they can't stand still. But then for the ones who's already walking in purpose, it's like pouring gasoline on that fire. It just reignites all over again. And so it's just a flame and just helping them move and do what they're supposed to be doing.
Wow, I love that. Now your book, let's hold your book up. So that you know, On Fire to Inspire. Make sure that you grab this book so that you can feel some of that you're already feeling, I'm sure, just by listening to this piece of it. So make sure that you grab the book. How can they get the book?
Yes, the book is available on Amazon, Kindle. It's also available in ebook, paperback, and audio CD.
Okay, so no excuse. Whatever format you like a book in, you're going to be able to get it. And I'm sure it's something that you should really keep with you. It's a nice read that you should have on you. So anytime that you need a little bit of inspiration or you're just kind of sitting around, that is an opportunity to grab that book and get some nuggets for yourself. So now let's talk a little bit about walking in your purpose. Because how does someone really discover what their purpose is? I know so many people, you might know what can be passionate about, but purpose, that's a whole nother thing. Talk a little bit maybe about the difference, and then how do they get to the point of really uncovering their purpose?
Okay, so to get to their purpose, just kind of tying in my personal testimony, one of the things that I did at 35, I was like, you know what, God, this just ain't it. You know, I was working at IT all those years, and there was something more. And I started praying. That's the first thing you got to do. You got to understand who you are, whose you are, and who you are. And so you got to come into your true identity, not living for someone else, but living the life that you were created to live. So one of the things, my first thing was prayer. And then I started just mapping out and writing down what is it that I love to do. And one of the things that I love to do is empower and encourage people. That's a part of who I am. But I was so distracted and blinded by what I was just doing to get a check every, whatever, bi-weekly, that it kind of curtailed what I was really supposed to be doing. And so when you shift your mindset, just be still. And that prayer life will take you to a place of, God, what did you put? These were the questions I asked God. What did you put breath in this body to be? What did you put breath in this body to do? And from there, as I just was still enough to hear his voice, it just start, moving forward.
Okay, so you all have the first steps. So I hope you wrote that one down. So you got some first steps of really uncovering that purpose. So now, so let me ask you. So we also talk a lot about why, because that ties back to purpose and passion and all of that. Share a little bit about that, and then what your why is. Why you do this?
Okay. All right. So many times people are motivated. In the beginning, your why sometimes begin to change. Because at 21, your why at 41 is totally different. You're motivated by money don't motivate you anymore. And that's why I was at 35. So I said, okay, there's something more. So your why is so much bigger than you to begin with.
Okay.
So your why has to be what drives you, what makes you get up in the morning, what stirs you, what changes your countenance. My why personally is to see someone else delivered and walking in their complete authority. If you're not living the life that you're created to live, you're going in, you're clocking into a job, you're getting a check, but you hate what you're doing. And I know personally I had never had migraines, and I would go to work and I would have a migraine. That's when you know it's time to close that door and it's time to move on and live and stop existing.
Wow, I love that. Now, and even in thinking about that, because I know when I was in corporate, there were many people who were not happy in their jobs, but you also knew that they weren't going to do anything about it. They were comfortable. They weren't happy, but they were at least comfortable. They got the check. So how do you talk with someone or share with them when it truly is the writing's on the wall, they need to be doing something else, but helping them get out of maybe that fear zone of making that kind of change when they're at least kind of comfortable?
Okay. That comfort zone is so dangerous. I tell you, it's dangerous to us all. But at the end of the day, are you happy with the life that you're living? Or are you just saying, ugh, I know there's more in me. I know there's more that I could do. I know I was created to do more. Then when you get to work and it's 8 o'clock and you're sitting there saying, it's only 8:05, it's time to do something different. So now you got to say, God, what is it that you called me to do? Because I know that there's greatness on the inside of me. So from that, you got to move forward in that greatness that's already on the inside.
Well, I love that. And as you can hear, faith is such a strong factor and strong component for you and your business. What I want to do is we're going to take a quick commercial break, make sure that we talk about our sponsors and share information with you about our sponsors and thank them. And then we're going to come back and I want to talk about that a little bit more.
Sure.
We'll be right back.
See that woman? She's not just someone who can make a Cancun vacation tax deductible. She's a marketer. Sharon uses constant contact email to maintain and build relationships. She sends her clients professional newsletters. And she can see who opens and clicks on them, so she knows what's working. It's not just those fast fingers that keep Sharon's clients flocking back. Sharon's a marketer, and all it took was constant contact. Try it free.
Visita makes it easier for your business to get paid online. With Visita Live Site, your clients can pay for any service, invoice, or scheduled appointment right from your website, social network profile, or email. You can accept any credit card or PayPal, and funds will be deposited directly to your bank account or PayPal account at no extra charge. Easily add payment options to your site that fit your brand and website design and are fully supported on mobile devices. No technical skills are required.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Once again, we want to thank our fantastic sponsors out there. If you are interested in becoming a sponsor of the show or any of the shows on BizLinks TV Network, please be sure to reach out to us for That's My Biz. You can email that'smybiz@bizlinks.tv, or you can always contact us through our programs managers, programs at bizlinks.tv. So we were talking before the break, we were talking with our guest, Aleigha Butler, Miss On Fire to Inspire. And so she was talking about faith and how important the faith is, especially when you're talking about getting to your purpose and really walking into your purpose. So tell me, what's one of your favorite sayings or scriptures?
One of my favorite scriptures is Jeremiah 29:11, because he says, I know I have the plans that I have for you are of hope and of future. There's nothing disastrous about it. And so many people, they live out, based on circumstances and situations that does not define you. It doesn't dictate what your future is going to be like. So you need to hold on to something and someone that already has you.
Yeah.
So faith is really, really key. And so many people just get up and go to church on Sunday and that's it. Well, that's not a relationship. That's religion. So when you move from religion to relationship, baby, you got something.
Okay, y'all hear it out there. This is coming from someone who's experienced it firsthand, and I can definitely back that up seriously. So you make sure that you keep that in mind. Now, also, you do a lot of work in the community as well. So please share a bit of that with us.
Yes. One of the things that I tell people is you got to learn how to do this instead of this. So if you're learning to sow into others, then that sowing is going to reap a great harvest for you. So just 2 days ago, I took my daughter and her best friend, and we went to a women and children's shelter, and we helped feed the families. We helped with the babies while the mothers showered. We helped actually tend to the kids. They were able to go in and separate clothing. So you need to connect with others that are doing things. That same day, earlier that day, there's a lady that feeds the homeless. Mother Rouse has been feeding the homeless in downtown Atlanta for 20 years. And so it was just in my heart, I need to go be a blessing. And so she didn't know what I was doing. I just told her, I'm coming, I got something for you. Took her, I think it was 25-pound bag of black eyed peas, because she does real meals.
Okay.
Rice, and just a whole lot of things. So pour into people. It doesn't take a lot of time to bless someone. A smile can bless someone. An encouraging word can bless someone. And I promise you, you'll get so much more back.
I love that. And it's just the simple things a lot of times.
Sometimes
people hold back because they think they've got to do something big or spend a lot of money. But it's that simple thing, even that gift of time or that gift of your presence that can make a huge difference.
Exactly.
I love that. Now, you also mentioned that when you mentioned working with the children, and I know you work with children as well, you have a fantastic children's book, so please tell everyone about that.
So the name of the book is called A Learning Book Just for Me, and it's a bilingual sing-along learning book. So what it does is, and it's available on Amazon, and it's available in a paperback as well, an ebook. So what it does is it has a character. Her name is Precious the Panda, and it's brightly colored, so it keeps the attention of the children, and it teaches them all of the foundational things like the alphabet, the colors, the days of the week, months of the year, seasons and shapes in both languages. And it actually was birthed from me being home with my daughter, the first time being a mom, and not wanting the TV to babysit my child. So by the time she was 2, she knew how to spell her name, count to 15 in English, 10 in Spanish, 6 for colors in both languages. Nursery rhymes, she could sing with you. She could sing shapes with you. And then if you had a book of animals, she could tell you what it was and the sound it made at 2.
Wow.
At 26 months to be exact.
Educations, it starts early, as you've heard before. It probably starts in the womb, from what I'm told. So, but really starting out with that and with the book, I love it. And really, in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking some adults could benefit from this book also, right?
Yes, they could.
Yeah, it's fun. Like you said, it's colorful. Sometimes we get, because adults, you kind of get some boring education, but you want something exciting. And it sounds like even the book, so y'all grab it, tell somebody it's for your niece and nephew if you want to cover it up. But go ahead and grab it too, so that you can get some, some understanding and some of the basics. I love that. And spark that interest for you to learn even more down the line. So.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, the children, they're sponges. And whatever you put in front of them, they're going to absorb it. So if they're going to sing all these songs, bring something forward that is positive and something that they can build upon and have that solid foundation.
Right. I love that. So you all make sure that you grab that book as well for yourself and for all the kids. This makes a great gift, I think, for the kids' birthday gifts, Christmas gifts. Get them something fun. You can get some of the other things too, but get something that's educational, but it's still fun. So something that they're going to really enjoy and sit and learn quite a bit with. So now also, I want to talk about, I know you're about to be at an upcoming event. We've had several of the speakers here. The Men of Vision Power Life Atlanta Conference that's coming up April 30th right here in Atlanta at Cobb Galleria. Make sure that you attend. But now, it's called Men of Vision. But you're going to be one of the speakers there. Tell us how that happened.
So they're going to have a panel of ladies that are doing some things in Atlanta, movers and shakers that are helping people, and they're just making it happen. And so they asked, I'm honored to be a part of it, because the Men of Vision tour. But it's a couple of powerful sisters that are making it happen in the city. And so we all have the same type of heart. Many of us haven't met, but we've spoken via chats and phone, and it's just powerful, just like the guys. Many of us have. I think I've met one of them in
Okay.
person. But it's just they have a stirring and an assignment that I got to help someone else. And so that's where many of us are. We're on the same page because it's about collaboration, not competition.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things they stand upon.
I love that, and that's something that we wholeheartedly believe here at BizLinks TV Network, that it is about that collaboration, not the competition.
Yes.
So with that, so maybe share a tidbit of what you're going to be sharing at the conference.
Oh, I can't give it all. I can't. But we're going to be talking about collaboration. We're going to be talking about stepping out on faith as well, because we did one of the shows, Man Rise Up shows, and he had the women. And one of the things he asked about were people when they're getting started with their business, fear and things of that nature. And I said, well, when you come into the understanding of who you are, you got to understand that fear and faith can't walk together. And so when you understand who you are and you stand up and you rise up, then when fear comes to knock at your door, you say, I'm sorry, sweetheart, you have the wrong door. You have the wrong address. So when you build up that confidence, when you have that knowing of who you are and what you're supposed to be doing. You're like, I'm sorry, wrong address.
Well, I love that. So now you all already have a tidbit, just a smidge of what you're going to be able to experience at this conference. You do not want to miss it. Again, it's the Men of Vision Tour, the Power Life Atlanta Conference, and you can go to menofvisiontour.com in order to go ahead and get your tickets and register. It is going to be a great time. You're going to be able to meet some of the wonderful speakers like Aleigha here, and just network with some wonderful businesses, and then just glean a lot of information. So make sure that you attend the conference, menofvisiontour.com, so that you can go ahead and get your tickets. Now, Aleigha, before we leave, I'd like to ask from you, because you talked about finding your purpose and being the purpose midwife. How does someone, once they find their purpose, how do they monetize it? How do they turn that into a business? How did you do it?
Ooh, that is that's a whole hour story there. But one of the things you have to do is figure out how is it that I can help someone, but at the same time help myself. And so you have to come up with something like with mine. People can actually sew into On Fire to Inspire. They can be a sponsor for the show. But as a result of sewing into that fruitful ground, I'm actually promoting their business, their brand. Right. And so you can actually, I'm running a special, $25 for the entire month. And so I'm actually bringing you to the forefront of supporting this vision that I have, but I'm also helping support your vision to a whole lot of people that you wouldn't necessarily touch, because we all have arms that reach in other directions. Right. So that was one of the things I have. I have sponsorships for the shows. The book itself, it has its own identity. The other ones, because I have 2 other books. I have I have this one, the children's book, and a book of prayers, affirmations, and declarations. Because if you see every day that I am a success, I am victorious, I am more than a conqueror. If you see that and you're saying it to yourself, what you get in is what you're getting out, what you're putting out. So, if you're always just putting in negativity, that's what you're going to get out. But if you're putting in positive stuff, you're seeing in the forefront, what am I putting into my ear gates? What am I seeing with my eye gaze? So you're keeping it positive, you're going to produce, and you're going to see. Yeah. You're going to see some things.
So you all have, I told you, we deliver on this promise. We're going to give you some good nuggets and some good notes that you can take away for your business. And so now, and you mentioned the special that you have with the sponsor, so you've got to tell them, how do they take advantage of that?
Okay, so you take advantage of that by going to On Fire to Inspire, and that's On Fire, T-O, Inspire, @gmail.com. You spell it out now. And then put in advertising as your subject, and I will make sure I need your logo. I need information about your show so that we can go ahead and get it taken care of. We'll get you on the very next show starting on Tuesday. We do every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the phone number that you can dial in and listen is 929-477-2178 or www.blogtalkradio.com/onfire2inspire.
We love it. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor.
Absolutely. Thank you. I tell you, we've had a great time. We always wish these shows could be so much longer. But we want you to just get that insight into who this business is. And then we want you to reach out to them. So you've got all of Aleigha's information. So make sure that you reach out. Make sure that you listen to her shows. So tune in and check those out as well. And don't forget to grab the books. You've got great children's books. You've got her fantastic On Fire to Inspire book. And then you've also got the prayer and declarations, affirmations book. So make sure that you check all those out as well. I'm Pamela Alexander with BizLinks TV Network. We want to remind you, go to www.bizlinks.tv to watch this episode and check out other shows in the archives also. Don't forget our Facebook page at facebook.com/BizLinksTV. Go out there, like it. Now, don't just like it. Make sure that you share it. Make sure that you also give us some comments, because we want to pass those on to our guests. And then our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BizLinksTV. Be sure to subscribe. Give us some thumbs up so you can stay up to date on the upcoming episodes that are being released. We've got some great shows that are coming out, more great guests like Aleigha. So make sure that you check us out at youtube.com/BizLinksTV. With BizLinks TV Network, remember, we're exposing your business to the world.